you're that guy and you just came off a draw, I think rematching will be the most competitive thing to do as an athlete. With the Jake Paul situation, is like it's a money grab fight.
In a bit of a hole. And he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries.
The showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis is drawing closer, and both fighters are pushing themselves to the limit in training camp. Jake is focusing on his size and raw punching power, while Tank sharpens his trademark speed and knockout accuracy. Both camps are locked in and determined, and the intensity is rising as fans eagerly watch how each fighter prepares for one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
This Santa Cruz I hit the deck.
Big down, let it burn, baby, let it burn. Oh.
Mind over matter, son. Mind over matter.
This is the blues I'm
Ain't nobody doing no shit like this. Come in the desert. They trying to stay away from the desert. He come in the desert.
Shakur. Stevenson weighed in on the growing trend of unconventional boxing matchups. He argued that while fights like Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis add little genuine value to the sport, a fantasy clash, such as Floyd Mayweather against Mike Tyson, carries a completely different meaning. In Stevenson's view, both Mayweather and Tyson are legends who have already secured their legacies, so stepping back into the ring for money should not be considered harmful. Instead, he believes these events bring nostalgia and excitement to longtime fans, unlike celebrity-style exhibitions that dilute the sport.
Bad for the sport of boxing.
I mean, I feel like in Floyd and Tyson situation is different than Jake Paul and Buddy. I feel like with Floyd and Tyson, it's like, okay, y'all deserve it. Y'all legends, y'all paid homage, y'all did the most for the sport of boxing already. So you deserve a big payday and be cool. I'm cool with it. I like it. But with Jake and Buddy, I feel like Buddy is a participate in the sport of boxing right now. And he just came off a draw, his last fight. So if you're a real champion and top level guy that you say you are, which I think you are too, I think you're the truth. But if you're that guy and you just came off a draw, I think rematching will be the most competitive thing to do as an athlete. With the Jake Paul situation, is like it's a money grab fight. So to me, it's like some WWE shit.
Do you think it
check
helps?
out.
Like, I mean, okay, so he gets this fight with Jake. His value goes up.
No, it doesn't.
You don't? It don't?
Not in the sport of boxing.
You don't
I
think
mean,
he-
it may,
you don't
it
think
may.
The demand more because he's, because when we looked at the was a Floyd and
Just hypothetical. You know, we speak hypotheticals at time, right? You go in there and that big ass nigga knock him the fuck out. I'm just saying hypothetical. Go in there and knock Tank the fuck out.
that big ass nigga being Jake Paul.
Yes.
Okay, just one.
Knock him the fuck out. Because he's bigger than him.
Yeah.
For one. By chance, it is a fight.
I think the thing is with Buddy and Jake fight, I feel like it's two sides of me with it. Cause from a competitive aspect and me being the mentality that I got, I feel as though I probably would have done a rematch. But then from a business aspect, if I would have done the rematch and I did not win the fight, the Jake Paul fight will be a lot less money and a lot less lucrative. So,
You think so?
from a business aspect, I understand that anybody that with a business mind probably would have took that fight for as much money as it was. So I'm a realist. Like, I ain't gonna just bash, bro.
No.
UFC President Dana White gave a blunt reaction when asked about the proposed Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight. White claimed that only a small number of fans are genuinely excited, but admitted the matchup could actually help Davis. He explained that Tank has been dealing with criticism and personal challenges outside the ring, which slowed his momentum. Paul stepped in at the right time with a financial opportunity. White added that while many mock the event, it could give Davis both exposure and money when he needs it most. Surprisingly, White even suggested that Jake Paul might beat Davis, not because of superior skill, but due to sheer physical advantages. With his size, reach, and strength, Paul presents a difficult challenge for Davis, who is used to fighting smaller men. According to White, the real question isn't about skill, but whether Davis can overcome Paul's overwhelming natural attributes.
Jake Paul to beat Gervonta Davis. This is not a fight that I'm excited for at all. I would rather have Gervonta Davis fighting in a real boxing match against the likes of Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, anybody that is in the 135-pound division and around. That's where I want to see Gervonta Davis fight. However, we live in a world where everybody is trying to do things as big as possible. And the biggest fights possible right now, unfortunately for the sport of boxing, is an exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. So I do like it for this reason, though. I like it because it is allowing Gervonta Davis to have a fight that is going to be big and that the mainstream media is going to have to cover, the mainstream media outside the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis has been, without a doubt, blocked, having venues blocked, having fighters, having other promoters paying fighters away to go different directions from Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis was in a bit of a hole, and he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries. But you gotta love Dana White having the audacity to pick Jake Paul in this fight.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi shared his perspective on the idea of Terence Crawford facing Jake Paul. While praising Crawford as one of the most skilled fighters in modern boxing, he warned that size differences can sometimes outweigh even the sharpest technique. Malignaggi noted that history is full of smaller champions struggling when moving too far up in weight. He explained that Paul's natural frame and raw power could cause real problems for Crawford despite his technical brilliance. For Malignaggi, it isn't about talent but about physical limitations. Boxing is still a sport where size, strength, and durability play a crucial role. He suggested that even a masterful fighter like Crawford would be taking a dangerous risk against someone who naturally outweighs him by so much.
I think Davis is more to lose because he's the bona fide world champion. I don't care if he's much smaller. I think Jake Paul has sort of plateaued as far as where his boxing is concerned. It's rather low level. He's big, he's physical, he's strong, he can hit. So there is that risk. Davis, at lightweight, you're in a moment where it's too physical for you. You can clinch. Against the heavyweight, where you clinching? You ain't getting out of that corner just clinching anymore if you run out of space. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But Davis, listen, there's a lot of talking points that I'm sure we'll get into when this gets closer to the fight. Davis can still punch at lightweight. Can he drop a heavyweight? There's a lot to gain there, right? If Davis knocks...
The answer is yes.
If Davis drops Jake on his ass, as much as Davis is the one with more to lose, it's still a highlight moment.
A visual that will stay forever.
Yeah, but if you get dropped, even if you're smaller, you're still a world champion in multiple weight classes. If you get dropped, what's the look? What's the feel? On the inside, as boxers, me and Chris Algieri, the champ, even you, Jimmy, you have fight experience, so we know that the risk is a big guy that big hits you. You're probably going down if you're a small guy, if he hits you clean. So we know the risk, but how does it look to the public eye who don't understand that? You know what I mean? The public. So there is a lot to lose, though. There's a bit to gain. I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with this had Davis's career arc been one that benefited boxing. Davis was manufactured and put into a position where he's supposed to benefit boxing. And I don't think he has. I think he's hurt boxing. So by giving him this reward, that's my problem. Why are we watching this? Why don't you make him earn his spot that he still hasn't earned, mind you?
Revealed that organizers were forced to make a major adjustment when the originally chosen venue declined to host the highly publicized fight. Local officials reportedly dismissed it as more of a spectacle than a legitimate sporting contest and outright refused approval. The decision shocked many since the venue was seen as perfect for attracting fans and maximizing revenue. Instead of canceling or delaying, promoters quickly secured an alternative location willing to embrace the event. While this ensured the fight would go on, the sudden venue switch fueled more criticism about its legitimacy. Critics argued that if a prestigious arena rejected it, the contest may lack true sporting value. For many, the relocation confirmed suspicions that the fight is more about entertainment and money than competitive merit, adding another layer of controversy to the already heated debate around crossover boxing matches.
35 pounds. Jake Paul is over 50 pounds heavier than Gervonta Tank Davis, and he's nearly a foot taller than Gervonta Tank Davis. So no sanction body wants to, and no commission wants to, should I say, I keep saying sanction body, no commission wants to sanction it. They don't want to be a part of it, as I told you guys. So they announced that the fight was going to take place November 14th in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena where the Atlanta Hawks play. And the Georgia Athletic Commission, he came out and he made a serious statement. And he let the world know that they falsely advertised this fight, okay? Because no commission won't sanction it to be a real boxing match, let alone they're not even interested in allowing it to be an exhibition, okay? They don't even want it to be, they don't even want to be responsible for an exhibition of this magnitude, right? So he comes out and he says, the commission, the head of the Georgia commission, he comes out, he says, quote, I believe it's in the public's interest to know because they've been promoting something they should not have been promoting. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's a money grabber, and I'm not okay with that. So they telling him it's just for the money.